Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with HeisHockey.com, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the absolutely energetic Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. That's WSBN.TV, Facebook, X, YouTube. This morning, hopefully you're watching from your office, coach's office, your desk, your iPad, wherever you are today. Hope that you are enjoying this fine Valentine's Day, which also happens to be Ash Wednesday. I haven't gone to Mass yet. That's why you don't see an X or a cross on my forehead. That'll be here in a few hours. Today's topic, today is Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. If I were king, the game embraces the concept of redemption. Tommy, I'm going to get in trouble again. It's inevitable. This morning's article on HeisHockey.com is free to access, the full article, because I felt this topic was important. I know it's going to get a lot of traffic today and over the next couple of days. I'm going to say a few things that are probably not going to be very healthy. Maybe I'll create some disturbances. Some folks will be upset, and that's okay. I'm used to that. Kind of what I do. I make a topic uncomfortable. That's okay. So here it goes. If I were a king, and I'm not, the game would be more forgiving when it comes to the concept of redemption. The entire game. From the National Hockey League to the Learn to Skate fellas, the game has gone way too far regarding the things people do, say, and print. There's a meeting coming up in March, hosted by the National Hockey League, Commissioner Gary Bettman, that will be attended by the power players of hockey on this continent. It's one of the few forums that will include commissioners from the USHL, the British Columbia Hockey League, the Canadian Hockey League. Mark Frankefeld, I'm told, will be there, amongst other developmental partners. The meeting to be held here in Florida, I'm not sure if I'll be invited to go. They may not even let me on the property after this one. It's expected to cover a wide range of topics with the idea of redemption taking center stage. Where did I get that from? Before going too far into this, let's be clear. We have a justice system in both the United States and Canada, even in Europe, to charge, convict, and punish perpetrators of criminal conduct, as it should be. I completely agree that the game has the right to exclude those that get caught up with felonious criminal conduct. But what about the other stuff? Drugs, alcohol, immature stupidity are also now offenses that the game has taken different approaches to. One league will come down hard on a set of vapors, while another lets everything go, including a coach that happens to be an owner's kid allegedly selling marijuana vapes to players. Then there are the social media indiscretions and the brutal court of public opinion. Let's be honest here, folks. Pressure from folks with absolutely zero connection to the game has been able to sway the decision of the leagues on many occasions. Enough already. I'm done with cancel culture, Me Too, and whatever other political baloney is being tossed into the decision-making process of leagues. I do find it hilarious that Commissioner Bettman must facilitate while also be at the center of such a conversation. I know there's one name that would be omitted from the conversation if not for the persistence of a few to keep it relative, and that name is Mitchell Miller. What that young man has been forced to endure should be ground zero for that conversation. The NHL, the Phoenix Coyotes, the punks that are the Boston Bruins, those donkeys in the locker room, the University of North Dakota, the Phoenix Coyotes, the Hockey Diversity Alliance should all be ashamed of themselves for what they have done to Mitchell Miller. And recap, in 2016, Miller and a classmate, this was a long time ago. This is 8 years ago. So the guy was like 13. Miller and a classmate were found delinquent in Ohio juvenile court on charges of assault and a violation of the Ohio Safe Schools Act. The pair were accused and found guilty of deceiving a developmentally disadvantaged African-American classmate, Isaiah Meyer Crothers, into eating a piece of candy they had wiped in a urinal. Repeatedly bullying of Meyer Crothers and repeatedly calling him the N-word. That's awful. That's just simple. There's no excuse for that behavior. Horrible. Miller satisfied the requirements of the juvenile court, matured, and moved forward with his life. This included an extensive career in the USHL, representing the United States in international competition. It was not until he was drafted by the Coyotes when Meyer Carruthers' mother elected to spark an outrage. I've said this before, and I will say it again, and I will still get lots of hate mail and hate calls today as a process. I understand that. But reverse the races of Miller and his victim, and the outrage would be 10 times worse for making a big deal out of such immature behavior. No, our insane society forced the actions of the National Hockey League and others. So now the NHL wants to talk about redemption. Interesting. Was Bettman not fully aware of the allegations regarding the 2018 World Junior team from Canada? The stuff that happened in London? These players have been charged with sexual assault, 5 players, in connection with the incident. Again, public outcry forced another action. In that case, probably as it should have been. But I know this. I'm fairly certain that the league knew about this long before it came out in London, long before any criminal case began. They knew that there were NHL players involved, and they did nothing. Well, they maybe did something, but they didn't do anything that stopped the players from working, from earning a paycheck, from making millions of dollars in some cases. They knew players were involved, but yet nothing really happened. They let the criminal case play itself out in court. They respected that process. I'm fairly certain the young woman involved in that case would have happily chomped on a pissy lollipop if given the opportunity instead of enduring a gang rape. Redemption. Or is Bettman and the game simply trying to justify the hypocrisy? Ridiculous. Timing. Now they want to talk about redemption. Now they want to, hey, you know what? Let's look at this again. In that case, the subject should not even be brought up without addressing what the league has done to Mitchell Miller. It's ridiculous. Bring Mitchell back. He's 22 years old. Let him play for Toronto. Let him play for the New York Rangers. Let him play for Columbus. And every single time he plays the Boston Bruins, hope the guy gets a hat trick. That's all for today. Hope that you enjoy your morning coffee. Please don't send me any pipe bombs. Have a great day.